Hey guys and gals, it's your buddy Drew with Living History's Mysteries and Ferocious Feline Productions. You know, no matter how often we try to find those records of historic happenings, the serious stuff, the things that really tug at the heart, we always run across those truly bold stories that, though they are history, are just not what we're looking for. And today is no different. We run across a few incidents that really, I'll tell you what, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about it. I'm going to let you check it out. And who knows, maybe you'll come up with the same opinion by the end of it that I got. But it's like,
The Great Molasses Flood, 1919. In January 1919, a huge tank holding over 2 million gallons of molasses burst in Boston, Massachusetts. The sticky brown liquid rushed through the streets like a giant wave. The molasses moved very fast at 35 miles per hour. It knocked down buildings, killed 21 people, and injured over 100 more. You might think molasses is slow, but not this time. People had to be pulled from the thick, gooey mess. Even a truck got stuck in the molasses and could not move. For days after, the whole area smelled lovely. What a crazy, sticky situation. The dancing plague of 1518. In July 1518 in Strasbourg, France, some people suddenly started dancing for no reason. It did not stop there. More and more people joined in uncontrollably. They danced constantly for days and weeks without resting. Hundreds of people were dancing non-stop in the streets, some even dancing themselves to death from being too tired. The authorities tried to stop it by having bands play more dance music, but that just made more people want to join the never-ending dance party. Very strange behavior for such a funky outbreak. The annual university prankster. In the 1980s at Seton Hall University, there was one prankster who dressed up in an outrageous costume every year to secretly attend the school's mass ceremony. The first year he wore normal clothes, but each following year his outfit got weirder, like a bunny suit or clown costume. He did this prank at the same event for 7 years before finally getting caught and kicked out by security. Everyone thought he was hilarious for pulling stunts like juggling or crowd surfing during serious religious gatherings. The Boxer Rebellion Vampire Incident. When American troops arrived in China to help fight the Boxer Rebellion in 1900, they found bodies with holes in their neck area. Local villagers explained this was caused by vampires coming to drink blood from corpses in the night. The spooked American soldiers believed these vampire tales. They even started carrying wooden stakes just in case. In reality, the vampires were just grave robbers who had looted the bodies, but the cross-cultural confusion led to a funny vampire scare among the foreign troops. The medieval pet cemetery. In the 1500s and 1600s, some people cared so much about their animal friends that they buried them in a special pet cemetery. Archaeologists found this old graveyard on the grounds of a former church and monastery. Many little skeletons, like dogs, cats, monkeys, and even a pony, were found. The owners had left flowers, toys, and messages with the buried pets. One gravestone read, "Here lies Patroke, my beloved dog, very obedient and good." Even back then, people loved their furry companions just like family. The exploding pants epidemic. For a few years in the 1930s, men living in hot Bermuda kept experiencing a very bizarre phenomenon. Their pants would suddenly burst into flames and burn off their legs. there were over 100 cases of spontaneous trouser combustion. Scientists think it may have been caused by excessive heat combined with vapors from spilt liquids like oil or gasoline. But the explanation was not very satisfying to men whose trousers exploded into fireballs. If true, those must have been some very shocking and uncomfortable wardrobe malfunctions. The custody battle over a circus elephant. In 1915, two different circuses, Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey, went to court fighting over which one legally owned an elephant named Tony Baby. Each circus claimed the huge animal was their property and vital to their shows. After much debate, the judge made an extremely unusual ruling. He awarded joint custody of Tony Baby to both circuses. So the elephant spent 6 months per year with each circus in an odd shared arrangement. Can you imagine having to timeshare a giant elephant? The oldie pet prankster. Back in 1786, there were strange reports of a prankster terrorizing the town of Oldbury, England. First, a ghost-like, household rocker creature would knock on doors and then run away. Later, reports came of items getting knocked over by an invisible force. Eventually, the prankster was caught. It turned out to be a clever pet rooster trained by its owner to stir up antics in town. The bird's owner got a kick out of having his feathery prankster friend terrorize the neighborhood. What a troublemaker rooster! The Boston Massacre. No, that's not a typo. The Boston Massacre refers to the same Great Molasses Flood disaster from 1919. But this is a funny nickname that plays on the words molasses and massacre because the giant molasses tsunami ended up killing 21 unlucky people. The slow-moving syrupy wave crashed through the city streets at deadly speeds. While a messy tragedy, the dark humor of calling it a massacre helped Bostonians make light of this sticky, freak accident. A tacky way to remember the tacky event. The Cologne shower shorty. In 1960s Germany, police were hunting for a criminal known as the Cologne shower shorty, a short man with an odd habit. He would sneak into the locker rooms of public pools and bathhouses when women were showering. Then the little peeper would hide inside unlocked lockers to spy on the nude bathers. Despite being caught numerous times, the determined shower shorty kept attempting to his strange locker lurking for over 4 years until finally arrested. You'd think he would learn his bizarre little lesson after the first peek. Those are 10 hilarious and bizarre occurrences from history, described in a simple way using common vocabulary and straightforward explanations. From sticky floods to phantom pets to peeping perverts, our past is full of weird and wacky true stories too funny not to share.
Welcome back. You know, it's like I was saying at the beginning, we try to find those really interesting stories from history. And regardless of how often we look into these different subjects, we always seem to find this crazy that, in a sense, it's history, but at the same time, you, at least for a second, you think to yourself, my God, they recorded this? This was united, this changed the country, what in the hell were they thinking? Just goes to prove, once again, anything that happened before this moment in time, right now, is history. And in a sense, it all deserves to be remembered, regardless how insane it is. Until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. We do. We'll see you out there.